Churchgoers who think Anna Duggar didn't satisfy Josh will blame her for his offenses involving child pornography. After a 2-week trial, Josh, 34, who had been detained on suspicion of child pornography in April 2021, received a sentence of 151 months in jail. Churchgoers are likely to hold Anna Duggar responsible for her husband Josh's allegations of child pedophilia. Churchgoers accuse Anna, 34, of being responsible for her husband's depraved behavior, according to Mary Murphy, a former acquaintance of the Duggar family, who spoke exclusively to the U.S. Sun. Mary is a second-generation survivor of the IBLP, a religious group that Mary views as a cult and to which the Duggar family belongs. According to Mary, who co-hosts the podcast Out of the Shadows with Mary Murphy, one part of the cult culture revolves around the expectation that wives must satisfy their husband's every sex desire in order to keep him from engaging in extramarital affairs, assaulting his children, or consuming pornographic media. If the husband engages in any or all of those actions, they mostly blame the wife. Like, oh, you would have prevented this if you had satisfied his needs. They're going to put Anna to blame. Back to Anna we go with the porn. He went to pornography since his wife wasn't meeting his requirements. Unfortunate guy. The wife must fulfill her obligations and attend to his needs. It is illogical. I'm not surprised Anna is backing him because that's what she's being told, she continued. It falls under her purview. She is placing the blame on herself and taking personal responsibility for her upbringing in this society. She staying put is not surprising to me. We were indoctrinated, pressed, and educated to believe that a wife's primary role is to support and advance her husband, without exception. The husband comes in first. Mary wishes that Anna will liberate herself and leave. Josh, who is presently doing his time at the Texas prison FCI Seagoville, I still hope she will make the decision to go and defend her children, she continued. She was present in the court and witnessed everything. I wish she had left already. Now that she has heard everything, she is responsible. Mary says she is grateful and relieved that Josh is finally behind bars now. The 7 kids who call him dad ought to be shielded from him forever, she added. All kids do, especially the 7 who address him as father. He's so attractive, I'm not shocked. I assumed that he would. He claims to be innocent, as do his parents, and everyone else. Naturally, he would appeal. Before his conviction for child pornography, Josh had a troubled past. According to a 33-page Arkansas police report made public in 2015, Dad Jim Bob admitted to local authorities that his oldest son Josh had fondled young girls' breasts and genitalia in the Duggar family home years earlier. Josh was never put on trial. The family's reality series 19 Kids and Counting was cancelled as a result of the police investigation. Josh was charged with utilizing the adultery dating site Ashley Madison only 3 months later. While promoting faith and family values, Josh admitted in a statement that he had been the biggest hypocrite ever. Over the last many years, I have secretly been accessing pornography on the internet. This has become a secret addiction, and I became disloyal to my wife, Josh stated. Mary recently expressed her admiration for Jim Bob and Michelle's daughter Jill for rebelling and speaking out against her family to the U.S. Sun. Jill has really boldly stepped up and spoken out about Jim Bob, Mary had remarked. That is pretty bold considering how much risk there is. I hope Jill shares her tale at some point. I'm so proud of her and everything she's doing to expose the lies and indoctrination we were subjected to as children. She genuinely wants to know the reality and the truth so she can decide for herself and speak up for herself. When Jill, 31, and her husband Derek Dillard accused her father, Jim Bob, of withholding funds from the family's reality show Counting On, they cut ties with him. Additionally, she expressed her support for Duggar, whose memoir is titled Breaking Free Indeed. She said, taking your agency back and finding your voice represent a vital part of stepping forward to tell your own story. Breaking free is not at all surprising to me. I sincerely hope that everyone will reach the realization of the truth and take the first step toward liberation. Not surprisingly, she is still progressing and healing, and I'm really thrilled for her. She shares survivor accounts of those who were once in the purported cult on her podcast, Out of the Shadows with Mary Murphy. Regarding her own survivor experience, she claims, I was a stay-at-home daughter until I was in my mid-20s. I started to notice in my own family the hypocrisy between the front we put on and what was happening at home. As I started to recognize it in my own heart, thoughts, and life, I began to fight back against that. My parents realized they were going to have trouble managing me. That was crucial for them to do in order to keep me under control and preserve their facade and good name. The cult shunned me and excommunicated me. I specifically lost touch with the Duggar girls at that time.